Have you ever wondered why trust is so fundamental to our relationships and yet so elusive? Trust. It's an essential element that binds us together in our social lives. It's the invisible glue that holds friendships, partnerships, and communities together. It's the foundation upon which we build our relationships, and yet it's a fragile thing, easily shattered, often hard to mend. We're all familiar with that feeling, aren't we? That sense of comfort and security when trust is present, and the sinking feeling of unease when it's absent. It's a delicate balance. We yearn for it, strive for it, and yet it's often hard to gain and disturbingly easy to lose. Trust is like a two-sided coin. On one side, it's the basis of cooperation, mutual respect, and shared understanding. It's the magic ingredient that allows us to work together, to build together, to grow together. On the flip side, the absence of trust. Distrust breeds suspicion, fuels conflict, and erects barriers. It's the thorn that pricks, the shadow that looms, the wall that divides. The complexity of trust and distrust in relationships is fascinating. It's a subject that's been pored over by psychologists, sociologists, and philosophers alike. They've dissected it, analyzed it, and yet it remains somewhat of an enigma. It's an intangible quality, a feeling, a belief, something that's hard to quantify, yet its effects are profoundly tangible. In this video, we'll delve into the intricate dance of trust and distrust. We'll explore how these two forces shape our social interactions, using real-life case studies as our guide. We'll look at instances of trust being nurtured, trust being betrayed, and trust being rebuilt. Trust is a journey, not a destination. It's a process, not a static state. It's a dance that we all partake in, knowingly or unknowingly, every single day. It's a dance that's as complex as it is captivating, as challenging as it is rewarding. So, are you ready to join us on this journey? Are you ready to delve into the depths of trust and distrust, to explore their intricacies, their nuances, their impact on our lives? Join us as we unravel the complex web of trust and distrust in our social interactions. Consider the story of Jane, a woman who experienced a deep betrayal of trust. Jane was once vibrant, open-hearted and trusting, a woman who believed in the goodness of people. She had a relationship with someone she believed to be her partner, in every sense of the word. Together, they'd built dreams and plans. Jane trusted this person implicitly, sharing her deepest secrets, fears and hopes. But in one monumental moment, that trust was shattered. The person she held dear was caught in a web of lies, betraying her trust in a way that left her world fragmented. The emotional shockwave was enormous. Jane was left questioning not only her relationship but also her own judgment. It was a betrayal that didn't just break her heart, but also her spirit. The fallout was profound. Jane found herself retreating into a shell, unable to extend trust to new people she met. She became wary and skeptical, second-guessing people's intentions. The simple act of trusting someone else became a mammoth task, a risk she was too afraid to take. The psychological impact was just as significant. Jane found herself dealing with feelings of anxiety and depression. She had trouble sleeping, experienced mood swings, and lost interest in activities she once enjoyed. The betrayal had not just broken her trust, but also her sense of self. Jane's story is a stark reminder of how deeply a betrayal of trust can cut. It's not just about the pain of the betrayal itself, but also the ripple effects that it can have on a person's emotional health and interpersonal relationships. It can lead to a breakdown in relationships and make it difficult for the person to trust again. It can also affect their mental well-being, leading to anxiety, depression, and other psychological issues. This case study illustrates the profound impact distrust can have on our relationships and mental well-being. But what drives us to trust or distrust others in the first place? The answer to this question lies in the intricate labyrinth of psychology and sociology, where trust is often a subconscious process, deeply rooted in our instincts and shaped by our experiences. Let's begin at the psychological level. Trust, you see, is not a switch you can simply flick on or off. It is a complex emotion, and like most emotions, it's influenced by our past experiences. If we've been rewarded with loyalty for our trust, we're more likely to extend it again. However, if our trust has been betrayed, we may be more wary in the future. Our personality traits also play a significant role. Some of us are naturally more trusting, while others are more skeptical. The former group tends to give people the benefit of the doubt, while the latter requires proof before they can trust. Shifting gears to sociology, our cultural background influences our trust instincts as well. In societies where trust has been a key to survival, individuals may be more inclined to trust readily. Conversely, in societies where deception and betrayal are prevalent, trust may not come as easily. It's important to remember that trust is fluid, not static. It ebbs and flows, strengthens and weakens throughout the course of our relationships. It's not a one-time investment, but an ongoing process that requires continual nurturing. Moreover, trust isn't always rational. We often trust based on gut feelings or instincts which are influenced by subtle cues that we may not even consciously recognize. It's an intricate dance between our conscious thoughts and subconscious instincts, between our rational mind and emotional heart. So, why does all this matter? Because understanding the science of trust can help us navigate our relationships more effectively. It can guide us in knowing when to extend trust, when to be cautious, and how to rebuild trust when it's broken. Indeed, the science of trust is not just about understanding others, but also about understanding ourselves. It's about uncovering the invisible threads that connect us, the silent whispers of our instincts, and the echoes of our past experiences. Understanding the science of trust can help us navigate our relationships more effectively. Now, let's turn to the story of Sam, a man who learned to trust again after a series of disappointments. Sam's life had been a series of unfortunate events, each one eroding his trust in people a little more. He'd been let down, betrayed and deceived, and as a result, he'd built a fortress around himself, a fortress of skepticism and caution. His world was grey and lonely, but that was the price he was willing to pay for security. But then, a turning point. Sam met a woman named Lucy. Lucy was patient, understanding, and most importantly, consistent. She didn't make grand promises or over-the-top gestures. Instead, she showed Sam that she could be trusted through small, everyday actions. She was there for him, not just in the good times, but in the bad times too. She listened, she cared, and she stayed. Sam was hesitant at first, but Lucy's consistent and patient approach began to chip away at his fortress. He started to let her in, little by little. They communicated openly and honestly. They shared their fears, their dreams, their failures, and their successes. And through this process, trust was slowly but surely rebuilt. The transformation in Sam was remarkable. He began to see the world in color again. He started to open up to others, to take risks, to trust. He found that his relationships improved, not just with Lucy, but with everyone around him. His life was richer, fuller, and more meaningful. But it wasn't just his personal relationships that benefited. His professional life improved too. He was more open to collaboration, more willing to take on leadership roles, more confident in his decision-making. His newfound trust had a ripple effect, enhancing all areas of his life. And so, Sam's story is a testament to the power of trust. It shows us that trust can be rebuilt, even after the most painful of betrayals. It shows us that with patience, communication, and consistency, we can break down the walls of distrust and open ourselves up to a world of deep and meaningful connections. Sam's journey underscores the transformative power of trust in our lives. So how can we build trust in our own relationships? Let's delve into the realm of evidence-based strategies that can help us cultivate this invaluable asset. Firstly, reliability is key. People trust those who are consistent and dependable. If you make a promise, keep it. If you set a deadline, meet it. This consistency in action sends a powerful message to others that you can be trusted. It's about showing others that you mean what you say, and you say what you mean. Secondly, empathy plays an instrumental role in building trust. The ability to understand and share the feelings of others is a cornerstone of any relationship. It's about being there, really being there, in the moments when others need your support and understanding the most. It's about listening, not just hearing. It's about validating the feelings of others, even if you don't completely understand them yourself. Empathy is the bridge that connects two hearts in a relationship, strengthening the bond of trust. Thirdly, open and honest communication is essential. It's about speaking your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about being transparent with your intentions and clear with your expectations. It's about having those tough conversations, those heart-to-hearts, that bring you closer to others. Because in the end, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Your words have the power to either build trust or break it. As we navigate through the intricacies of building trust, it's important to remember that trust isn't built overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes patience. It's a journey, not a destination. It's about taking small steps consistently over time. And finally, it's about understanding that trust is not a one-way street. It requires mutual respect and understanding. It's about giving as much as you're taking. It's about understanding that trust is a shared responsibility, a collective effort. Remember, trust is a two-way street that requires mutual respect and understanding. It's about walking this path together, hand in hand, towards a future built on the foundations of trust. But what if trust has been broken? Is there a way back? Navigating the path of distrust can be like walking on a tightrope. It's a delicate balance and a journey that can be as challenging as it is rewarding. However, it's not an insurmountable obstacle. There are ways to overcome distrust, and we're going to explore a few of these strategies now. One effective method is seeking professional help. Therapists and counselors have a wealth of knowledge and techniques to help individuals and groups navigate the turbulent waters of distrust. They can provide a safe and neutral environment to express your feelings, fears, and hopes, and guide you towards understanding, healing, and ultimately rebuilding trust. Another essential strategy is the practice of forgiveness. It's not about forgetting the betrayal or excusing the hurt, but rather about letting go of the resentment and anger that can keep us stuck in a cycle of distrust. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, a step towards healing and moving forward. Moreover, rebuilding trust is a process that unfolds slowly and steadily. It's not a switch that can be flipped overnight. It requires patience, consistent effort, and a willingness to take risks. It's about showing up day after day, proving through actions, not just words, that you're committed to regaining the trust that was lost. It's also crucial to remember that the journey of overcoming distrust is not a linear one. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. It's about progress, not perfection. Overcoming distrust is indeed possible, but it's important to be patient with yourself and others. It takes time to mend what has been broken, to heal the wounds, and to rebuild the bridges that have been burnt. But the rewards are well worth the effort. While it's not easy, overcoming distrust can lead to stronger, more resilient relationships. Finally, let's consider the broader implications of trust and distrust in our society. Trust, that intangible bond, serves as the bedrock for much of our societal interactions. It's like the invisible glue that holds our collective existence together. In politics, for instance, trust in leadership and institutions is vital for a functioning democracy. Citizens need to trust that their elected officials will act in their best interests, just as leaders must trust that their constituents will adhere to the laws and norms of society. In the world of business, trust is equally critical. When consumers trust a company, they're more likely to purchase its products or services. Conversely, a lack of trust can lead to a downturn in sales and potentially damage the company's reputation. Trust, in essence, is a currency in the marketplace. It's an investment that can yield significant dividends. Community relationships, too, are not left untouched by the impacts of trust and distrust. Trust in our neighbors and community members fosters a sense of belonging and safety. It encourages cooperation and mutual support, creating a harmonious living environment. However, when distrust seeps in, it can fracture these relationships, causing division and conflict. But what happens when trust erodes on a societal level? The potential consequences are far-reaching. Widespread distrust can lead to social unrest, political instability, and economic downturns. It can undermine the very fabric of society, causing a ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives. In essence, trust is not just a personal matter. It's a societal one. It's a fundamental element that shapes our interactions, our institutions, and our communities. It's a delicate balance that requires nurturing and protection. So, as we navigate through our relationships, let's remember the broader implications of trust and distrust. Let's strive to foster trust, to mend broken trust, and to guard against the creeping shadow of distrust. As we can see, trust and distrust don't just impact our personal relationships, they shape our society as a whole. In conclusion, trust and distrust play a pivotal role in shaping our relationships and society. We've journeyed through the complexity of trust, observed its fragility in the face of betrayal, and marveled at its resilience in earning it back. We've delved into the scientific underpinnings of trust, revealing its roots in our very biology, and navigated the strategies for building and restoring this precious commodity. The impact of trust extends beyond our personal, permeating the fabric of society itself. Trust can be the cornerstone of thriving communities, while distrust can sow the seeds of discord and division. Yet, even amidst distrust, we've seen the potential for healing, growth, and transformation. Remember, trust is not just about believing in others, it's about believing in our capacity for kindness, understanding, and resilience. Thanks for joining us on this journey of exploration. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe more insightful content like this. Thanks for watching.